assisted living facility resident, 63-year-old Doran Davis, has died almost a month after having hot cooking oil poured over her. The incident occurred just before 1 p.m. on the 7th of March 2022 at the Smiley Manor, located at 5415 Thekla Avenue in St. Louis, Missouri. The suspect, a 65-year-old female roommate, became upset after getting into an argument with her over a personal matter. Doran was rushed to the local hospital with severe burns on her body and succumbed to her injuries on the 3rd of April. The medical examiner ruled her death a homicide. The roommate, whose name remains anonymous, admitted to pouring the hot oil over Doran. She was arrested on the day of the attack and remains at the Missouri Department of Corrections, where she faces murder charges. Bakery owner, 45-year-old Manuel Tellez, has been arrested and charged with murder. Events came to light at around 9:18 a.m. on the 3rd of April 2022, when the authorities responded to a report of a man's body found in an alleyway located at 1330 Kings Highway in Dallas, Texas. When officers arrived at the scene, they found the lifeless and burnt body of the victim, who was identified as 52-year-old Anthony Marino. With the help of surveillance footage from a nearby home and his cell phone records, the authorities were able to determine that Manuel stabbed Anthony to death in the alley at around 2 a.m. earlier that morning. Manuel then left the scene and changed his clothes. At around 2:10 a.m, Manuel's movements were traced to a nearby gas station, where CCTV captured him filling up a portable gas can. He was seen wearing a white latex glove, a surgical mask and a baseball cap to conceal his identity. His SUV was also captured in the footage, which had distinct rust areas on the passenger side of the roof. Manuel then returned to the alley a short time later, where he doused Anthony in gasoline before setting him alight. Officers found what they believed to be the same latex glove that Manuel wore left at the scene. It's believed that the two men had a romantic interest in the same woman. Manuel was arrested and charged with murder. He's held at the Dallas County Jail on a $1.5 million bond. On the 7th of April 2022, 46-year-old Vincent Fisher was charged with arson and murdering a woman and an infant child. The events unfolded at around 10:30 p.m. on the 31st of March 2022, when the police and fire department responded to a home located in the 3000 block of Heathcote Road in Waldorf, Maryland, on reports of an altercation and a fire. When they arrived at the scene, they discovered a townhouse completely engulfed in flames. After extinguishing the fire, they located the lifeless bodies of an infant girl and a woman inside. The bodies were later identified as 27-year-old Rashawn Klein and a 1-year-old child Dashawn Klein. The victims were both the daughter and granddaughter of Vincent's girlfriend. Neighbours reportedly heard adults fighting and children crying moments before the fire started. During the investigation, the authorities determined that the fire was deliberately lit, and the medical examiner ruled the deaths a homicide as a result of the fire. Vincent, who lives at the residence, was identified as a suspect and was immediately arrested. He was also charged with assaulting another resident of the house during an altercation that happened just moments before the fire was lit. Vincent is being held without bond at the Charles County Detention Center